Okay, pilots. Got a box in the mail today. Sure did. Got a box in the mail from Horizon Hobby. I'm hoping that they put two of them in there. They got two in there. Two servoless payload drop systems from Horizon Hobby. Now, here's a number. Let's see here if I can get that up there to you. So we're gonna see if we can get two of them in this wing. I've got to look at it here a second. See exactly how we're gonna do this. I couldn't look at my MiG-21 has got one of these systems on it to drop the fuel tank. So I couldn't tell how long the lead was. I couldn't tell much anything. From the looks of this, though. Okay, good. So far. Okay, my lead's coming out the bottom here. Now that's okay. That's okay. Now we got to read up on this. There's a switch right here that releases it. Now what I've got to do, pilots, is I've got to take this mount, see, and put it in my 1400 millimeter FMS 0 bombs that I've got ordered. There it went. Nice lock. Now when it releases, there you go. But you've got to make sure when you put that thing in there that that trigger snaps back, because if you don't, it'll fall off. It sure will. Now, I've got two, actually these four little dots here in a square. Four little dots over here in a square. And the reason I like that is because it is actually up against, I don't know if you can see that or not with that glare. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can turn this wing just a little bit. Nope, too much. Okay, now then. There's like a panel right here they've got cut out. You know, just a panel for something. And then they've got four dots. So I can use the side of that panel line there to make sure I've got my bomb drop lined up right. See? You don't want it to be left or right, because your bomb will be crooked. And I'm thinking, yep, I want that to be on the outside. Like so, yep, like that. So that servo lead is gonna go perfectly right up into that and right up over to, oh my goodness, look at our pilots. If that lead ain't gonna be just long enough. Just long enough. Just long enough. Perfect. Okay, pilots. Let's get busy here. First thing this old man gotta do is go get my glasses. Alright, now. We've got to try our best here to make a mark. Okay. I've got to be back behind. Far enough behind that lead for the LED to go by and go up. And that's just where. Yep, right there where it needs to be. So that literally is going to be deep. I'm looking at my flaps here. That's going to set up high enough to miss my flaps. So all I really need to do, pilots, is make a small square or rectangle. Not really making it big enough for this whole thing to go down in, because I got to have it high enough to where to miss my flap back here. So literally all I'm going to be doing is just maybe taking 2 millimeters of a square and then making my hole here for my lead to go around and come back up. And that is going to be right in line with those 4 dots. So I don't even have to make a mark. I'm praying that I don't hit a spar though, that's for sure. My servo's right here. So if there's a spar coming out, it's got to stop at least up in here somewhere. And there's no holes indicating where a spar is on this plane. So I'm just going to make me a angled cut. Now, angled cut view, and if you look at that, it's in an angle there. See here? So I'm going to make my cut in an angle, using those 4 dots to make sure it's straight. Now my wing, your wing is over 1 inch thick right there, pilot, so I believe we're going to be okay. Because this is not going to be but maybe 5-6 millimeters deep. I just got to make sure that bomb sits straight in this hole, lining up with that box line right there. And this one's not even going to be as deep as the lead hole will. I'll make this one an angle too, just for that lead to come up through. Okay. We've got to cut our valley for our servo lead to come up through. Still make sure we got a low enough hole here for that servo to have plenty of room. To kind of manipulate my foam out of the way there. I hadn't run into any spar yet, so we're doing good so far. still got to go a little bit forward here. Oh, wrong. But again, not as deep as I made the servo lead. Okay. I was wondering if I was going to do that or not. I've hit a hollow spot here. See? Because a lot of these are internal, and I can see. Let's see if that's a spar. Nope, that's not a spar. That's the servo lead going up in through a cavity up in under here somewhere. So it went through, but that's okay. That's good. It would have been good if I could have been able to take all that apart and just run the leads up underneath there and hit them all, but you know how it is. All right, we're going in. Pretty good there. Pretty good. How much longer? Well, I got to be much longer here in the back, but my lead is going all the way in exactly where I want it to. So I've got to go past that panel line there, maybe 1/8 of an inch. So I've got to keep going back this way a little bit further to that last panel line. A little more than 1/8 of an inch, I think it was. Now, sometimes when you don't have the ability to cut it out, you just kind of get your blade in a little bit of more of an angle. Gotta get that out. I got to make this one right here a little bit wider here. At this side here. Pilots just simply glue this unit in. There's no screws to the actual wing or fuselage if you're putting it up there, but it does have screw holes to mount your drop to the bomb. Well, yeah, there's some screw holes in, I guess. I guess that's if you put it all the way down into something, you put them screws in. But we're not doing that. And the mount also has the screws to put in your bomber mount. Get that servo lead lined up. I'm fitting pretty good, but I still got to go a little bit longer. I can't go longer this way because that hole lines up with my servo lead, so I got to go back here. straight parallel with that box. I mean, we're just about perfect. Maybe I have to hold it just a little bit as I'm letting the glue dry. But there's the spot right there, Pops. Got my bomb sitting on it. Let's see. This ain't gonna be the bomb. The bomb's gonna be sitting like so. But it's gonna be longer, about the same size around. Matter of fact, I've got to cut this system out here, this hooking system here out of this bomb and put it into the other bomb. And depending on if it's exactly the same size, all I literally got to do is cut it here, cut it there, and put it into the bomb. But if it's bigger or smaller, depending on how much bigger, how much smaller, you know, you gotta do things. You gotta do things. And then I'll put this mount, oop, if I can hold on to it. Put this in the bomb on the other one. You cut you a slit and you foam, stick this up in it, glue it. You got holes there for help holding it. It ain't going nowhere, Pa. It's not with no styrofoam bomb. I mean, you know, if it was holding a 2-pound weight, you know what I'm saying? But I'll get my other one on the other side. I run that lead up through here. I've already got my, let's see if you can see that in shot. Oh yeah. Well, no, not exactly. Landing gear's in the way. Right up here, I've already got my lead sticking out there to plug in. That's wired together into this release here, so all three of them will release at the same time. There you go, Pops. I got to get my other side in. I got to glue it. I'm out.